Hello everyone, and welcome to So Many Games All the Time. My name is Joachim, and today we will be reboxing Europa Universalis, The Price of Power Deluxe Edition. Now last time I was talking about maybe I should keep this piece of phone. Well, you don't need to keep it. So you can just get rid of it because it's not necessary. I've played this game a number of times now, so let's see what the inside of the box looks like now, and I can also tell you what the icons are and so on. Or at least most of them anyway. Alright, so let's open it up. So of course on top I have all the rule books and the player aids and all that kind of stuff. That's on top. So I'll put it all to the side. And then I have this. Now, first of all, I have a number of dice sets, as you can see, because I am planning to play it with a number of human opponents. So there's a one dice set inside, lower in. These three are extra. Same as these. It says diplomatic ideas, but it's just because I use this little bag as a save game bag. That means originally this had basically kind of both at the moment, bought 3, 4, and 5 in there, the extra 3 bot decks, but now I just use it for, like I said, my save game. So these are loose because they've already been used, but as you can see, it actually works out nicely because it fills the gap between both sections. So I'm gonna take the dice out real quick like. Okay, obviously in the future I will put these dice also in a bag like here, and I'll just lay it flat. So then that's a good solution. So here you can see this is a bot card. So the original bots are still in there, but also my save game cards, so I can easily get to them. These are my 2 extra dice sets. And then here on the right side, we have basically all the boards. We have the player boards. Okay. And this is also player board, but it's the other side, so it's the bot side. You can see. All right. And here, right before the end, I put the status mat because this one, it bends a little bit after if I just put it on the top. Maybe it's the humidity in Hong Kong, I don't know, but that's why I put it below the stack, not completely at the bottom, but between the last 2. So this keeps it nice and flat. Underneath, you have the equal 2 stacks of the army boards of each player. Okay, so that's there. Then we have the player boxes, basically. So what's in the player box? Because, well, first of all, this is who I am playing with at the moment, because once again, I saved my game, right? So I should immediately say here, this is the money that I stopped with. Okay, that's the money that normally this would not be in here because that's not necessarily, this is my save game. But what is everywhere? These are your merchants. There's 3 of them. These are your army figures. It's very easy. These are your soldiers and also your cavalry. These are your ships. And then here, these are your status cubes. These are your small towns. Both sections are your small towns. These are your big towns. Now, I have seen online there are different people do different things. Okay, but this is my setup. So here I have all the cores and the claims. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say all the cores because the core is just the back of a claim. I also put a token here for the faith, because most of these tend to be, well, in the scenario that I'm playing right now, it's Catholic. So once again, I put it in there. Here, it just has all the alliance and the marriage tokens and also the war tokens in there. While here is your score marker, your status. Well, this is also used for, I should say, passing and your stability. And then these little shields that are still kind of stuck to each other. You use these to put on the ideas and so on. So here, this little tray, I think I'm the only one who's doing that at the moment. These are your vassal ones. Now, initially, this would be difficult to get out if you just use your nails. But what I do is I just roll and then they just pop out anyway. So I don't know if it's meant to be like that, but it works for me. That's how I do it. But feel free to put your vassal token somewhere else, you know. Obviously, you're going to do what you want, so. Anyway, that is my save game here because I was playing as Castille. And the same goes for these two because you can already see there's some tokens in there that are normally not supposed to be there because I saved my game and it's easier to set up there. Normally, if you just play one time, that won't happen. So in a regular player, for example, here, no, this also saved. Let's take a look at purple. Same thing here, right? Merchants, soldiers, ships, armies, status cubes, small towns, big towns, the vassals here, the score markers, the little shields, those markers, war, alliance, marriage tokens are in there, and here it is the claims. Okay. And the claims always have something on the back as well. Very simple that way. All right. Honestly, if you're going to do a long game, you can already put people starting money in here as well, just to speed it up a little bit. You know, skip some steps if necessary. All right. So that's the same for all these. Then we have here, because this was a little bit confusing when I tried setting it up at first. It's basically the general tray, right? So these orange ones, these are mercenaries. The black ones, these are like peasants or rebellions, all that kind of stuff. So these all go together, right? Here as well. These guys as well. These ships are in here as well. Okay, you just mix and match these because as long as it fits and it closes, it's fine. Here then, I put the basically also rebellion stuff because you put these on cities that revolt or have like religious stuff going on there. These are all together. Obviously this is the money, right? Here I put the first player one in here because there's less of these, because all these are, if I'm not mistaken, the DNPCs, dynamic NPCs, NPR, sorry, realms. So all different colors are in here. So I guess you could just order them according to color, but I didn't really mind all that much. So I just threw them all in there together because they're all the same type and there's lots of them. And here we have all the religious stuff, you know, everything, Catholicism, Protestantism, Muslim, they're all here together, all in one stack, which the world should be like that. Anyway, so here we have some other tokens. Let me show you which ones I put here. So I put the expanded trade tokens here, and also these tokens, which have to do with the HR and the crusade token here as well. But you can see these have like these red things on the back. That's why I also put them all there, because these expanded trade tokens, they also have it on the back. Okay. And of course it's the HRR, not the HR. It's not human resources. It's the Holy Roman Empire. HRE then. Whatever. So I put all these together. No, that's why I put it there. Not necessarily for this side, but more for this side. And then here, these bigger tokens, these are the tax income adjustments that you might place. So I put these all here. But once again, it's up to you if you want to do something different. Okay, and then here we have a bunch, basically everything else. We have the occupied tokens that you see. You put these on towns when you're sieging them. And then here, this is the battleground one. There's some bunch of other stuff here. Basically everything else that's left over. You can, even though this is here, but I was actually supposed to put it there, but it doesn't matter. These are all just the different ones, okay? Everything else that you see here. Expanded one's supposed to go here, because by moving around, some of them have actually gone to the other side. So, revolutionary, these tokens are there. Honestly, if you're wondering how did I decide to put them there, I looked at the screenshots of the opening of the box on the Kickstarter page. That's how I decided to put them all there. So yeah, just all the other tokens. The tokens I haven't talked about yet, all the other tokens are in there. All right. So that's how that is set up. They also don't really appear all that much, so that's why I put them together as well. Okay. So that can cover up. And as long as it closes, it's fine. And this closes nice and easy. Well, this closes nice and easy, so it's all good, it's all fine. Then here we have the boards, okay. So the main game board, and then the two smaller ones, yeah. So that goes over here. And then here we have those other dice that I told you about. They are here. And then when you are unboxing the game, you might notice that most of the time, all the stacks here, it doesn't really work. There's always just too many of them. And you can already see you cannot sleeve your cards. I mean, you can sleeve your cards, but it's gonna just overflow like crazy. So at the moment, I'm not sleeving my cards yet. I might sleeve them in the future, but then I imagine this insert will also then just simply disappear because, you know, then there's not much point to it anymore. Then here, what do we have here? Well, these are the missions for all the different countries, basically. As many of them as I could together. Because as you can see, it does overflow, because on here we have the missions for France and some other countries as well. There's 2 stacks here. All right, all the missions here. And then before I continue here I put all the generic missions, because there's a lot of generic missions. As you can see, that alongside with the power struggles I put in one spot, because there's not that many power struggles. And here you have the milestones. Milestones are according to ages. So age 3, age 4 for economics, age 4, age 4, age 4. For all of them, so the milestones for economics, for expansion, for politics, for warfare, I just all put them together, ordered them according to their ages. So warfare age 3, politics 3, expansion 3, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Like that. So actually this 3 should actually be more down with the other 3s. There we go. And here, like I said, age 1. Age 1, this one is the other way around. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is part of my save game. This is not the other way around. Okay, so this is also my save game because that's what I was playing, so I should keep it like this. The administrative ideas, also according to my save game, they're all just together as well. So just put the different cards together. And then here the missions of Castile, Spain are also separate because once again, my save game. All right. When I talk about these cards, I can actually be really short. You just order them according to the numbers and also the different decks that you have the action cards of. For example, here you have the green ones, the administrative, if I'm not mistaken. Here underneath this one, because it's part of my save game, you have the military ones. Okay, there's a different stack. Here, of course, you see Death of Charles the Bold. It's also part of my save game, but here you have the diplomatic ones. Okay, and then these are the trade ones. And I think it's only trade here. Yeah, only trade. And then you have 2, 3, 4, and 5 is there as well. This is also part of my trade one. This is the setup, actually. All the setup cards that are together. Here as well. Interregnum Player Aid, Sweden, Denmark, 444, yeah. Because once again, if you keep all the ones together, it will also overflow. Same with the number 2. So you have to kind of, you know, separate them a little bit across it. Here, this one is actually the bots. So these are bot 1, bot 2, bot 3, also because of my save game. And that's basically it. That is the reboxing. There's not much, to be honest, but I think for me, when I was doing it, the card section was fairly easy. Just figuring out what was what, kind of. What was more difficult, I found, was doing this one. You know, figuring out what goes where, how to do it. That was a bit more challenging. And also, how much can you actually put in here? Where is it supposed to go? That was also quite, I wouldn't say a challenge, but it took some time. So I hope in some way this video has helped. Some things might be like, well, duh, of course this goes there. And other things might be like, nah, I would do it differently. That's all fine. Obviously, everybody does what they want. And feel free to share how you did it or how you would do it in the comments, and people might see an alternative way that they prefer more. Okay, so as you can see while I'm talking, I am putting everything back the way it was, so you can see that as well. Yep. So, or maybe slightly different because this was then there, but whatever. So there we go. And then these ones just nicely cross and done. Now, one thing though, I have transported this game a couple of times already. If you transported the cars at the bottom, they will move around. So just so you know. All right, that's it. My name is Joachim. This is SMGSLT Still Time, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.